continue on with my reading from Poems from the Past and Future. Poems from the Past and Future. My collection of poems. It's a thin volume, as you can see. I was never prolific as a poet. Let's see, where did I drop off? It was Muse of Infancy, I think. Okay, 1990. By this time, I'm having difficulties in my married life. Well, I should say my wife and I are having difficulties in our married life. Street lamp in a park during a storm. Is this thing even going? Yeah, I guess so. Anyway, street lamp in a park during a storm. The lamp thrashes in a seizure of wind, a spotlight in a spiral of rancor, leaping in jagged oscillations behind the branches, tossing, ceaselessly tossing. Shadows surge and spin upon the rain-drenched ground and dance to the implacable wind. The silent arrows. I crave quiet more than palest sinners do their piece of absolution and lift toward tolerable circumstance wherein green fields flowing beneath warm winds play a simple, serene music. I pray in the gray throngs heralding din this drowning siren die away and leave faint thought that famished pain affords beyond splitting bone and aching sight and face of plain revolving days hissing tread of night. I lay subtle or naked by degree. The myth of common speech harbors the vague extremity. Sullenly stated airs, whims of purchase, the purchases of whim, all paid with the nation's prismatic mirror. Then say this man, a spawn of time, should feel abrupt and free, even to imagine well-tuned guitars flourishing and dancers sweeping across a mosaic of red tile inlaid upon the wrecked and shattered ground. Assassination at a reception. Green velvet drapery pulled to the side. A single stained glass section lower down. One of a dozen transparent frames. Outside, sculptured shrubbery, stone benches, an unobtrusive fountain dissolves a distant, conversant whisper. The ostentatious room grows thick with air blended of tobacco smoke, sweat, cologne. Commerce and art exchange suggestive looks. Splintering glass erupts around a small hole. A hand light without rings releases the drape which floats downward to a vertical rest. Onlookers encircle the pale recumbent victim. Each in their turn position a colored shard near the spreading corona of hair. I still don't understand what that means. It's my own poem. I don't even know what it means. I mean, it's pretty clear. It's, religious oriented. I don't know. A youthful dream. The chimera came upon me long ago. With soft breath held and held again, closing off my mind of brutal distractions or other fabrications expected of those capable fellows whose speech is second nature. Not some momentary cohering thought bent toward silent seas crashing. March. On a cold day in early spring, indifferent birds still chatter. The dog roams the house slowly on crippled legs. Technically speaking, my life is half over. The plane rumbles southward. Even if changes were arbitrary, infected with chance, I would refuse their accumulations. Next door, the old couple looks at the ground bursting with green feathers and want of air, that mythical light of day. from an evening of commonplace entertainment. He held out a clatter of thought, she sculpted hers in gestures of intricate grace, familiar and unfathomable form. Nothing then was more beautiful than her delicate effronteries, at which he gambled for a time. He droned on in princely intonations while she sung harmonies lucid as silver thread. They had met upon Illusion's plateau, where dancers moved to ancient music beneath electric moons and tobacco fog, their bodies alive, shifting in spaces like leaves coiling from their boughs in a flutterfall of memory. Later alone he returned to her by believing he had brought her back to that uncommon stance in which she dreamed of happy chance. Bronze Age chant. Bronze Age chant. Let my copper and tin melt, blend as the loud fire sparks, spiraling into the night's black mist. On the ground nearby awaits my sword's visible tomb. Further on, a stream to cool its heart birth. Yonder graybeard gawks at the dim heavens. His neck shone well for a stroke of bloody death. His chanted songs of the gods' mysteries grow more faint in my ear, while the blaze before me heats the hallowed stone. Tomorrow I shall hone my blade to a sweet edge, and as the old man gives thanks to the cresting sun, but for now I must wait as he must wait, he for the warming of day, I for the cooling of fire. With sleep's edge all around me, arbitrary, abrupt, an uprising of dying summer surges briefly into my room. I awake, wondering what it could be, what the spinning air can possibly mean. The wind encoils me, and its momentary music fastens me to its moiling form, and an almost tangible second, lifting then, it disappears. How much we do not know of that infinity we shall never see, but only guess at. Still, we strive to resolve the pattern of all magnitudes. From that inexplicable chill following a vague thought to the most